Hey internet, and welcome to day 4 of VEDA. I mean, I guess technically it's day 3 for me, but it's day 4 for you because I learned something last year for VEDA and I've decided to film things a day ahead of time. After the eventful last few days, I decided that today we're just gonna sit down and have a chat. Today is Monday, and today I'm going to observe a 9th grade biology class at a school near my house. Now, if you've been watching me since the unemployment diaries, you would know that as part of my master's program, I've been going to schools and observing to kind of get a feel for what it's like to be a teacher. But one thing I haven't really talked about is my journey to becoming a teacher, so I figured I'd explain that a little bit today. I graduated from college in May of 2013 and immediately got a job at a biology lab and worked there until last October, so I worked there for 2.5 years. I shared with you guys in August that I had decided to go back to school to get my master's in teaching, with the goal being to teach secondary biology or science, depending on what grade I ended up teaching. And that's kind of all that I told you. I didn't really explain what the impetus of that was. I didn't explain why all of a sudden I was going from wanting to be in the lab to wanting to be in a classroom. So I understand how that was a little confusing. Imagine what it was like for the people in my life. You think you get a lot of questions growing up. What are you majoring in? What do you want to do with your life? All of these things. But the questions change a little bit when you've had a pretty solid job for a couple of years and then you just decide to change things up completely. The questions get a little bit more confused and only a little bit more judgmental. Thankfully, when you tell people that you're planning to become a teacher, they ease off a little bit. But I always get this question, why? Why do you want to be a teacher? My transition was a kind of weird one. So I guess a 1.5 years ago, I made a video and ended up putting it unlisted, and it was like a really long, I think 12-minute long video, and saying I don't really know what I want to be doing and kind of figuring it out. I said in that video that I really wanted to do science communication. I had been seeing Hank Green doing it, I'd been seeing people all over the internet making these awesome videos teaching people about science. And I decided that that was where I wanted to be. I wanted to be kind of the liaison between the science research that was being done and the general public. And that's definitely a dream that I haven't lost. I tried to create some educational videos on YouTube. I really liked the educational videos that I made, but it was really difficult to do all of it myself with some help from my friends. But the point of all of this was that I love science and I get so excited about science and I am just so curious about everything that I really wanted to share that with other people. I began thinking about the skills that I had and the skills that I didn't have, and realized that I had no formal experience or education with teaching. I decided I wanted some experience in the classroom, working in a real-life setting. So I decided I was going to figure out how to become a teacher. All that I needed to do to teach was to take some education classes and get that certificate and then pass these tests because I already had this bachelor's degree. But I was looking at programs and I decided that the program that seemed to work the best for me was to actually go ahead and get the master's degree along with the initial certification. Ultimately, it means that I spend more time learning about what education means and what teaching means and the theories that go into it, and I'm better equipped when I come out on the other side. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't absolutely terrified that once I started the classes I would realize that this wasn't what I wanted to do. But I found that it is the complete opposite. The more that I learn about teaching, the more that I learn about education, the more that I am just absolutely motivated to do it. I think that there is a lot of awesome that you can do in schools as a teacher if you look at it the right way. I think that we have this problem as a society of kind of devaluing what students have to offer. We feel like they are just kind of these receptacles into which we pour information so that they eventually become a productive member of society. But we kind of forget that they're already a member of society. They can already do things. So my goal as a teacher would be to teach the student that I have, not this person that the student is going to become. I know that this video is all over the place and I feel like I could go on forever talking about it, and I have gone on forever talking about it before, but I just want everyone else to be as excited about learning as I am. I want people to ask questions. I want them to be curious. I want them to want to find out more information. And I think that it's a very exciting place to be, to get to deal with students who are just kind of forming their identities and figuring out things about the world, and being able to stand there and help them and encourage them, and hopefully maybe diminish some of the things that will get in their way. I'm very excited about becoming a teacher. I'm having all sorts of really interesting ideas, and the program that I'm currently in is fantastic and very progressive. Full disclosure, I am still terrified every day that I won't be a good teacher, but it definitely motivates me to try harder and to think of more ways to make things better for my students. Okay, I'm gonna end this here, but let me know down below, what is one great thing that a teacher did for you as you were going through school? Or maybe what is a not so great thing that they did? I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'd love to have some conversations about this. Thank you so much for watching. I have now been doing VEDA for 4 days, so go ahead and check out the playlist, and make sure to check back tomorrow for day 5. I'll see y'all later.